Welcome to The Hypnotist, the show that gives you inside access to cutting-edge hypnosis with real clients facing genuine issues. Brought to you by the hypnotherapist demanded by celebrities, CEOs, and even royalty, Adam Cox. These recordings took place live from Adam's clinic in London's world-famous Harley Street. This podcast features powerful hypnosis, so do not listen while driving or operating machinery. This recording is not suitable for those with epilepsy or severe mental health issues. So, get yourself comfortable and enjoy today's episode of The Hypnotist.
Hi, it's Adam here, and in this episode of The Hypnotist, you're going to be listening to a hypnosis session created for a client that was going through a particularly tough time. And they had recently recovered from what could have been life-threatening surgery, which turned out to be life-saving surgery. So they'd gone through, you could call it a near-death experience, that if things hadn't gone the way that they wanted, they may not even be alive. But the surgery was successful. They'd had time off work to recuperate. They'd returned to work, and then there was lots of stress and problems going on, not because they'd been away, but because of other people making bad choices or being incompetent, and that was leading to a higher workload for the person returning. So they were dealing with the ongoing need to prioritize their health and fully recover. They were feeling angry and stressed about their workload, which they were reassured that things would be made to make it an easy return, and that wasn't the case. And also, they'd made a decision to not have any more children, and that was a personal decision related to the surgery that they had had. But all of these things were feeling like it was almost compounding each other, that although the health situation was very different from the work, and the choice of whether or not to have any more children was completely different to work, humans are humans, and we can't compartmentalize everything. And you've probably experienced this in your life, where if your relationship isn't so great, that can affect your mood at work and vice versa. You know, humans are humans, and, you know, we experience emotions, and sometimes those emotions are unresourceful and unuseful, and sometimes they're really resourceful. And you've probably experienced the other way around, where things are great in your personal life, and at work, you just start finding a whole new level of success. That's really what this is all about, to get into those resourceful states, but also to feel that they don't have to be perfect, and they don't have to bite off more than they can chew. And boundaries are one of those things that, for dedicated, hardworking people, can feel difficult to agree what the boundaries are and then stick to those boundaries, because there is this feeling of duty, and if they can do it, they will do it. But that can lead to prioritizing the squeaky wheel, which in most people's case is not their health and their personal life, it's their work life. And having a boundary to say, well, you're going to do the best that you can with the time that you have, is a very, very helpful boundary. If you choose to move the boundary, just know it's a choice, and that at any point in time, you could move that boundary again. You have to make choices that almost, when you zoom out and look at the bigger picture, give you what you really want. And there's a lot of people that become hyper-focused on career success at the expense of their health, at the expense of their personal relationships, at the expense of their family, in which case, what if they won? You know, they might be earning a high income, lots of promotions, but fundamentally not fulfilled. So having that balance, having that ability to be vulnerable, to be real, and to do what you can with the time that you have, I think is a fairly useful framework for anyone. You don't have had to have made a big decision about family life or be recovering from major surgery to benefit from this hypnosis session, because fundamentally it's about you being the best version of you that's possible without being unrealistic. I think you'll find this useful If you feel like something more bespoke and tailored to your individual circumstances may be beneficial, then there will be a link in the show notes where you can schedule a completely free consultation call over Zoom to explore the idea of working with me. For now, though, find a quiet, comfortable place where you won't be disturbed, relax, and enjoy the session. Take a deep breath in. As you breathe in a resourceful feeling of calm and relaxation. And as you exhale, feel a wonderful sensation of ever-increasing relaxation. Breathing in a wonderful feeling of resourcefulness. And exhaling any tension, stress, or worries. When you breathe in deeper than you normally would, and scan your body for any clues of stress or tension. And as you exhale, just decide now is the perfect time to release that stress, that tension. Feel it leave your body in your outward breath as your eyelids relax, your jaw relaxes, tiny muscles around your forehead, temple, all release tension. Breathe in that resourceful relaxation. And feel the release as even more tension leaves your body in that outward breath. Arms feeling limp and loose. Diaphragm becomes activated. No longer just breathing from the chest, but deeper down. Legs feeling limp, loose, and heavy. As you feel a sinking sensation taking you deeper and deeper relaxed. As your physical body relaxes, I want your imagination to recall a time where you felt incredibly empowered, that you had the resources to deal with a difficult situation. But you spoke truth. You were direct, confident. Your resources exceeded the demands of that situation. I want you to recall how you looked back then, like you were an onlooker seeing you in that confident, resourceful way. See that certainty, a stoic, pragmatic energy that you will do the best you can with what you have. Then rewind it, jump into the memory, feel that you are now reliving that experience of resourceful empowerment Remember where you were at the time. Breathe the same way. Feel the same way. As you feel that you are activating those powerful resources inside you again, rekindling neural networks of empowerment. Imagine leaving that situation, still feeling those resources exist within you. And imagine going to wherever you would rest or sleep back then in that moment. Imagine putting your head on a pillow and perhaps feeling that sensation after doing something stressful or difficult. Relief, pride, accomplishment, but also sometimes exhaustion as you sink into that place of rest, feeling deeper and deeper relaxed. And I want you to get a sense that you can only do what you can with what you have. You will accept those things outside of your control, and you will do the best you can with those things inside your control. You are unlocking the resources, not just to make difficult decisions, but to emotionally reconcile with the consequences of those decisions. The deeper you breathe, the more relaxed you go as your mind awakens. Feel that you have permission to prioritize your health and self-care, ensuring your physical, emotional, and mental well-being are always attended to. Give yourself permission to set strong boundaries to protect your health and maintain equilibrium in your life. As you slow down your breathing, notice how you can feel positive and empowered. And you can embrace vulnerability, not as a weakness, but as a source of strength. And maybe you can imagine seeing yourself at work, but see yourself looking resourceful and capable of handling temporary stress and overwhelm. See yourself looking more resourceful than ever before. And notice that something has changed where that version of you has let go, has released anger at the decisions or incompetency of other people. This version of you is only concerned with focusing on what you can control. You do the best with the time you have at work, avoiding overcommitting or taking on too much. Now more than ever before, you understand that your health is more important than your work and act accordingly. Think of those major decisions you've made in your life and feel that right now you can accept fully the consequences of a major recent decision. I don't know if it will happen today or tomorrow or in a week's time. I just know that soon, very soon, you will reach a point of complete acceptance. I want you to imagine yourself in the very near future writing a letter about your feelings, hopes, dreams, how you wanted things to be, what could have been that may never be. Imagine seeing yourself write that letter, but seeing that it's helping you achieve acceptance, but also any sadness is temporary, and what replaces sadness are deep feelings of gratitude. Gratitude for the things that you do have in life. You prioritize self-care activities that nourish your body, mind, and spirit. As time goes on, you feel more and more confident in setting boundaries to protect your well-being. But notice, setting the boundary is the decision. Enforcing the boundary is the vigilance and the consequence of that decision. Feel that you are able to do whatever is necessary so that lessons that have been learned are applied, that you prioritize and give value to those things that are of the highest level of importance, not the most immediate. As you feel confident in doing what's right, not necessarily giving the oil to the squeaky wheel. You manage work stress effectively, deep down knowing and believing that you can handle whatever comes your way. As you no longer feel the need to do the impossible at work, you'll do what you can. You'll manage expectations where necessary. You'll delegate what you're able to delegate. And you will choose to do what you can that has the biggest impact, with a state of pragmatic realism. As you release any frustration or anger related to work, feel it leave your body in your outward breath. Feel you're becoming lighter, more free, more resourceful. And notice as any frustration or anger leaves your body, you breathe in an incredible sense of gratitude for all of the positive aspects of your life. You choose to embrace your vulnerability, recognizing it as a source of empowerment. I wonder just how much joy you can find in taking care of yourself and making healthy choices. Breathe in and breathe out. And notice that you can set an intention each morning to have a positive mindset, ready to face challenges with confidence, acceptance, and resourcefulness. As before long, you will feel a profound sense of acceptance and peace with your decisions, knowing you are doing your best with the resources available to you. So breathe in and breathe out. Feel that you're returning to the present moment with a feeling of recalibration, having let go of disempowering emotions and feeling that you are reactivating you at your very best. Just because you can do something doesn't mean you should. You will awaken at your best but your best with boundaries. Your boundaries are your time, your proximity, what you say yes or no to. The boundaries will maintain your equilibrium, and your equilibrium will be conducive to your physical, mental, and emotional health. If your unconscious mind accepts what these changes can be and will be, let me know by nodding your head. And now it's time to return to the present, feeling empowered, resolute. You will do what needs to be done, and you will live your truth. As you return to the present moment, take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your nose. Wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes, connect fully into the present moment as I now count from 1 to 10 to awaken you. Starting to count. 1, 2, 3, waking up. 4, 5, 6, more alert. 7, 8, open your eyes, open your eyes. 9, 10, wide awake, wide awake, wide awake.
Thank you for listening to The Hypnotist with Adam Cox, the show that gives you inside access to cutting-edge hypnosis with real clients facing genuine issues. To automatically receive the latest episodes, please subscribe. If you'd like to support the show, please share this episode with just one friend you think it could help. And if this episode helped you, please leave us a 5-star review.